Wake up and let's go to the Mindless Morning Show.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Mindless Morning Show. I am your host, Josh, and I'm here with my co-host, Dakota, as always.
Hey, everyone.
But more importantly, we have a very special guest. He is coming from the insane asylum from the looks of it. It is
What?
Gojevic.
Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah, nice.
This thing
Bravo.
on? Is it working?
Good.
It's working.
I thought it was like one of those like balloon bounces that he was in.
Yeah, so for our listeners and not our viewers, he is actually a trucker. He's just sitting in the back where it looks like a very nice padded asylum room. So that's where I went with that.
Sometimes it feels like an insane asylum. I'll tell you that much right now.
I mean, at least you're mobile. You get a nice scenery out a window, don't you?
Well, this thing, for again, you guys listening can't see it, but right behind me is actually a window. On the other side, I have another window, but I never take the cover off because it's too bright when I'm not at work, when I'm not actually driving. So
Do you throw parties? You have any parties in there? Was it like that Jackass thing where they're rollerblading around and driving?
No, I do have a co-driver, so when I'm not working and I'm back here, he's up front. Although when I was doing some solo runs, I tried to bring my wife in once when I had a day off. I was like, yeah, this is my truck. And we were going to have a little bit of fun. But then they're like, oh, we need your truck for something. I'm like, all right, never mind. So we left and I was like, that's not going to work.
So when you're working with a co-driver, do you guys ever like drive together then? Or is it just like you switch?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to have two people sit behind the steering wheel. I mean, unless one guy wants to sit on the other side.
Well, there's not like an extra seat up there. It's just one side. I don't know.
No, there are two seats.
I got bottom.
And, yeah. I'm always the bottom. Wait, no. In that situation.
I'm not gay. Dude,
No, there are two seats. We do hang out and we shoot the shit with each other when like just to switch over and stuff like that. Like I'll hang out in the passenger seat when he's driving for a little bit, and then vice versa when we swap. But yeah, for the most part, you're kind of on your own for 12 hours most of the time. So yeah, the thoughts kind of run a little wild. That's for sure.
I bet.
Hence the reason I started a podcast.
There you go.
That's true. Yeah, and so yeah, I totally fucked up on that. Saying that you're just a trucker. You are also the host of the podcast, the Truckin Truth. So yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody's like, wait, is he not, or is he in an insane asylum? I'm so confused.
Yeah, so no, we'll definitely have all the links, and we'll plug it some more along the way. But yeah, I guess to kind of give like a little bit of a backstory to the listeners, is it all started with a little blue model Peterbilt, and from then on, little Para.
Oh, somebody's been listening. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, one summer, I think I was in like middle school or something like that. So I think I was in like grade 6 or 7. I actually ended up breaking my wrist. That time I've broken both of them more than once. But the first time I broke my wrist, I think it was on the trampoline. Those things are freaking deadly, I'll tell you.
Dude, I'm right there with you, man. I hate trampolines.
Yeah.
Hate them.
So I broke my wrist, and for summer, the whole class at the end of the year, they all go on school trips and stuff like that. And ours was to a water park, but I had a cast, and I wasn't allowed to go because my parents didn't get me the waterproof one. So instead of going to hang out with all my friends to the water park, they bought me a little model. And I'm like, because this is so much better. How am I supposed to build a model with a broken wrist? So I managed to build a model with a broken wrist, and I was super proud of it. And it was the blue Peterbilt truck model. And yeah, ever since then, I mean, I've always been in love with trucks. Obviously, a little bit before that because I wanted that model. I was like, if I'm getting a model, that's the one I want.
Yeah.
so then, so that story goes on, and later on, it was a few years down the road, I was super proud of that model, and my little brother, for whatever reason, decided to climb the shelves that it was on and knocked it down and smashed the thing to pieces. And
Nice.
yeah, if you ever listen to that episode, he's not sorry about it at all. But he did.
It didn't seem like it.
No, he did buy me a replacement years later, and I still have that one. It's sitting on a shelf at home, too high for him to actually climb. So
There you go.
Well, your brother does scaffolding, so he'll just build a scaffold up to it. So
yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah,
right.
he'll just build something and get up to it. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
so-
At least the 2 episodes.
Yeah, there you go. And actually, you've become like a big fan of ours. It was I got the opportunity to go on your show, which was great, and talk with you about it. And Pero kind of fangirled out. It was nice. It was made me blush. And
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Josh's like, this never happens.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh my God. So,
It's awesome.
No, it's
Super
great.
cool.
And,
Yeah, no, I was, like I said, I was definitely fangirling out a little bit because, I mean, I listen to so many podcasts and stuff like that, and I'm a big believer in, again, like Josh told me, we're just people, and I always thought of myself as, if I was ever to meet anybody famous, I think the only person I would fangirl out to would be Jim Carrey. The guy's my freaking idol. But aside from that, I'm like, yeah, whatever. They're just people. I mean, whatever. And then I got on the phone with Josh, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm fangirling out right now. This is unbelievable. I told myself I'd never do this. And it's not like, no offense, Josh, but it's not like you're some superstar.
No, I was like, bro, we're straight normal people for sure. I was like, I just worked earlier today and did 4 massages earlier. I'm a massage therapist. I was like, so I just got off of work like hour and a half ago.
Hey, where do you live? I'm gonna come see you. I could definitely.
I'm in Kansas. Yep,
like I said, I'm a bottom, so.
Hey. If you got the money, I go either way.
Jesus.
All about that cheddar, boy. All about that cheddar.
I've known Dakota to rub glutes for about the entire session, so he'll do a booty rub.
You can ask my girlfriend. I'm an ass man. I don't discriminate.
Oh man, that's.
Hey man,
right,
from the back they all look the same, right?
Sure, why not?
I'm not gonna lie.
No comment.
I'd like to say I have a pretty nice ass for a dude. I look in the mirror, I look back, I'm like, I'd tap that. So I think I could get away with.
Babe, get out of the shower. What are you doing in there?
I'm clapping.
There you go. There's your TikTok content right there. Josh is just gonna twerk on TikTok.
Dude,
I'll be like,
bro, we'd get views.
yeah, dude, I've thought of some really weird stuff, and then I always think like, nah, that's like really out there and like just really dumb, and then I like.
But that's like what it is.
Yeah, I come across things that are just like that, and I see them blowing up. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, we just need to put 2 clips together that we do separate and combine them to work, and I think that'd be good. Perfect.
I think they call that stitching.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still learning the TikTok lingo.
No, stitching is when you like take somebody's video that they've already done and then like.
Oh yeah, maybe it's
like
duetting. Sorry, duetting.
Oh fuck, maybe. Oh, dude, no wait, that's duetting. I don't even know.
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about
I got
TikTok
nothing.
aside from just scrolling through the fucking.
I don't know the difference. So.
If you've used Snapchat before, I feel like that's like the beginners into TikTok.
I really use that. The only thing.
Yeah,
I really
I'm
use
pretty
it
sure
for-
Snapchat is just free porn.
Wait, what? I've been using Snapchat wrong.
I don't know what Snapchat you're running. My Snapchat was full of weed from my dealer. He would like showcase it. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, sick. I guess I need some.
Good platform for that too, I guess.
Yeah.
God damn it, I used Snapchat wrong again.
Yeah. I mean, Oh, and by the way, I meant that allegedly. So.
Allegedly.
What's a weed
That's right.
dealer? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. It's like one of those little vending machines where you.
Oh, you know those things you pick out of your garden?
that's dude.
He's the one that
somebody
gives them to you to
sells
put in your garden.
God.
Hey man, one man's weed is another man's flower.
This is very true.
Hey.
I mean,
There it is.
that touched my heart. That was deep.
That touched
Yeah.
more than my heart.
Hey.
That was a growl.
So, yeah, that was something. That was more of your mating call or the.
I didn't tell you what it touched. All right.
I have my moments.
So, Pero, tell us about your life as a trucker, because I know that's something that comes with many sacrifices, but also a lot of stigmas around it. And for the record, for all our listeners and viewers, if you don't like truckers, you can go fuck yourself, because they are the backbone. We don't want you listening to us anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
If I do the thing, will you make?
I wouldn't go that far, but
Well,
will you make your co-driver honk real quick?
Oh yeah, there you go.
sorry. Hey Armando, can you pull the air horn? Can you pull the air horn for a quick sec?
He's like, the fuck?
Yes.
Now the
There
driver
you go.
program's like,
We are
"Oh
in yeah. We're in a parking lot full of other trucks, so other people are probably like, "What the hell's he honking at?" But yeah,
all the other trucks just start fucking honking too now.
Actually, that wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, like you're saying, there is a lot of sacrifice. I mean, so we were talking earlier. I've had some really emotional days. I mean, before I got into trucking, before I got into long haul trucking, I had a bit of an issue with drugs. I've gone 1 year, just over a year sober now. Obviously, clearly not off the alcohol, but
hey, congrats still, man.
yeah. So it was rough. So the past year's been tough, but I mean, I've had some emotional times. I mean, my daughter's turning 3 in December. So I started doing long haul when she was 2, little just before her 2nd birthday. But I've been trucking for about 6 years, 6-7 years, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I miss. I mean, I missed my wife's birthday this year. I mean, I miss Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving this year. I wasn't around for. So I mean, we miss a lot of stuff, and I've said it in one of my episodes. Whether it's one coming up or one that I've already released, I can't remember now. But I mean, we're just people out here doing a job like everybody else. The only difference is we're days away from home. I mean, at least most people work in their same state, and a lot of them work within their own city. So I mean, we're days away from home, and all we want to do is get back home. But we have a job to do like everybody else. So it's I mean, it's tough. I mean, my average trip is about 7, in the spring and summer, 7 days. In the winter, I get close to 9 days. And then I'm only home for a day and a half, and then I'm back on the road again. So, I mean, I literally, when I'm home, my family's everything. So and again, in the winter, like I said, family to me is absolutely everything. So in the winter, we got to be extra careful. There's snow, there's ice, all this stuff that we're dealing with. And then on top of that, you get people that are cutting you off and trying to brake check you on the ice. So I mean, if something were to happen, we're so far away from home that it's it's hard. I mean, we're living on the road. Like you see the padded room I live in when I'm not driving. So
that's crazy. And
I mean,
it's like a double bunk thing. Like, do you and Armando share the same bed, basically?
Yeah. So.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. So here, I'm just gonna take this off for a sec. So up above me, that's the ladder to get up to the 2nd bunk. I'm in one bed, and then that's the 2nd bed.
Nice.
So if we ever
That's
have
cool.
if we ever have an extended period of time off, like if we're sitting waiting for pickups or something for a full day, if he gets tired and it's my turn to be off, I get bottom bunk. He can take the top bunk if he gets tired and wants to lay down. and then when we swap, I'll pack up my sheets and my bedding and all that and throw it in the top bunk. And if I want, I'll just lie down up top or just hang out on the in the driver's seat there and cruise TikTok.
Nice. Solid.
How does it go about for you guys, like on a day-to-day basis? Like, you have to get somewhere in a set period of time, or like, I mean, I imagine there is some sort of deadline, but do you guys like literally just on the road 24/7, or do you guys like just both come to a stop at some point at like a truck stop or anything?
So basically, when we're coming south, so we leave from Vancouver, BC, and sometimes we'll have a stop in Washington State, and then maybe a stop in Oregon. But for the most part, it's straight down to California, usually San Francisco or LA. And then, we have delivery times that we're trying to stick to for the most part, but, things happen, you get stuck in traffic or whatever, you may be late or sometimes early for deliveries. Me with slight OCD, I prefer to be early. I don't like being late for anything. But I mean, sometimes it happens, you get late, you get there late. But I mean, yeah, we have rough times of when we need to be there for our deliveries, and then our pickups. We do our pickups again mostly in the LA, Salinas, California general area,
Nice.
and then once we have all our pickups and once our truck's loaded, then we just most of the time we beeline it straight to Toronto, or if it's a Cali return, which California return, then you just beeline it straight back to Vancouver and drop the trailer and go. But most of the time we do what's called the triangle run. So we go Vancouver to California to Toronto and then all the way back. So when we try and get across the country into Toronto as fast as we can. And then we sometimes do deliveries in Ontario and Quebec. But if we get there early enough, we just drop our trailer and a third party takes it and delivers it. And then we pick up another trailer and bring that back to BC. So yeah, I mean, once our pickups and stuff are done, even coming south, like we just beeline it straight down. There's no real stopping. At the end of your shift, you stop, you swap, your co-driver will do his pre-trip on the truck. It takes about 15 minutes. You do a walk around the truck, you check the tires, you check the lights, stuff like that. And then hop in the truck, keep driving. So in the States, we're only allowed to drive for 8 hours. You have to take a half-hour break, and then you can drive for another 3 hours. So in the States, you can drive for a maximum of 11 hours. And once you get into Canada, you can drive for 13 hours straight. No, you don't have to stop.
Canada doesn't fuck around.
Well, if you've ever driven across Canada, you'd understand there is nowhere to stop anyways.
So like, you better drive 13 hours or you're fucked.
Every 12 hours, there's a truck stop or a gas station basically for trucks that you can stop at and fuel up. And then, so it works out nicely because it's a 12-hour shift. You work your 12 hours, you stop, and then you swap and then continue on. So, I mean, yeah, for the most part, we have somewhat of a schedule to keep to, but you can't always stick to it because you got weather delays, traffic delays, and in traffic delays, I have to mention that most of the time they're assholes.
Yeah, I can imagine. I see so many. I mentioned this while I was on your show. I've seen so many people try and brake check these trucks with, I think, no like actual logic as to the fact that they can't stop on a dime like your little Prius. Like, they're going to ram your shit. They're going to push your shit in.
They're going to push your shit in.
You're not going to like it.
No.
It's not on purpose.
Yeah, there have been instances I wish I could. I mean, I wish I didn't have to deal with the paperwork and the insurance and all that, because there are some people that deserve it. I swear.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah, I imagine
but I mean,
you see all sorts of really crazy shit.
Yeah, what's some of the craziest shit you've seen?
Yeah, we got
We got time. We got time.
We got time.
Yeah, I got nowhere to be, man. I'm in my padded cell. I'm good. One of the well, as far as distracted driving goes, so far one of the craziest things I've seen, like I see people on their cell phones all the time. I see women doing their makeup and their hair all the time. But I think one of the funniest things I saw, and I wouldn't have believed it if somebody told me until I saw it, was I saw a dude shaving with an electric razor using the drop-down mirror, shaving, doing like 70 miles an hour down the freeway. And I'm just like, what are you doing? That was probably the
multitasking.
Yeah, that was probably the weirdest distracted driving thing I've ever seen. But
I'm not going to lie. I've done that before. And it was when I worked at Disney.
That's it. This conversation's over.
I'm out.
Well, because the thing,
cannot believe you.
No, I didn't have the mirror down because, like, I knew I needed my entire face basically, and working at Disney, like, you had to have a clean-shaven face. So, like, there were times I just kept it in the car, and like I would just.
It's what the mouse wants.
Yeah, dude. The mouse gets what it wants because.
Oh, Josh, shave your face.
You better be clean shaven, bitch.
Pretty boy, bitch. Fucking.
I would love Mickey to say bitch just once.
Yep. Let's watch some South Park.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things that, like, you kind of get into a routine. Like, for me, like, driving to Disney all the time, it was like second nature. Like, I would just be there sometimes.
I get that.
So, like, it's not really a distraction of driving. Now, if I were, like, I don't know, getting in people's way or, like, causing some type of, like, swerving and shit like that while doing it, I wouldn't do it. I would just wait till I get in the parking lot or something. But I was always able to, like, just do it just fine. Because I just, like, sit there rubbing it on my face constantly. Giggity.
That's what she said.
So, yeah, you know.
I think there's a mind meld going on.
So have you you haven't seen anybody, like, getting it while driving?
Not in this job, but I have actually seen that. I looked over at a car once and I saw a dude getting himself pleasured by some chick, and because we sit a lot higher, I can see into everybody's car.
You see all of it.
So he was on my driver's side, so I'm driving, and I was working locally in my hometown at the time, and I was driving. I was on my way to my next delivery. I'm stopped at a light, and I kind of look over, and I look down, and I'm just like, oh.
Hey. Give it a honk.
Well, he looked up because obviously he realized I was there, and he kind of looked up and he had this smile on his face, and I'm like, don't stop on my account, man. You get yours.
This is the most action I've seen in a while.
But I mean, I've seen the other, I guess it was probably about a month ago, in an oncoming lane. I was going through Oregon. I was headed south, and a guy coming north. I'm not sure what happened, but all of a sudden I see a truck starting to go sideways and smoke coming up from his tires. Like, he had slammed on his brakes, and he smoked the center cable guard, and pieces of his truck went flying everywhere and, like, didn't smash any of my truck, but, like, little pieces came flying towards me. I honestly thought he was going to break right through it and smash into me, actually. But I mean, I've seen numerous accidents. I personally have actually slipped on black ice and had my trailer go sideways to me and jackknife me and push me into an oncoming lane. Shit. Yeah, I mean, I've only been driving for 6 years, and I feel like I've seen everything, but I know there's more to come. So I'm always watching, and I'm always looking for new stuff to talk about. And yeah, I mean, the stories are endless. I mean, you talk to some of these guys that have been driving for 30 years, and yeah, I mean, they could write books, and I don't mean a book, like books about the stuff that they've seen. So I mean, I'm still at the infant stages of that. So yeah, the stuff it's endless. I mean, every day there's something new. I mean, whether it's small or big, I mean, there's always something out there going on. So
So I mean, with the semi, you're quite elevated in comparison to most cars. So does that?
I call it a full, but
Well, yeah. Does that play into your safety at all in those accidents? Like,
yeah, I guess in a way. I mean, I can see above all the cars, so I can see where the traffic is. So I mean, I have the advantage of knowing that there's traffic stopped up ahead of me. So usually I get the I'll start slowing down, and people hate it because they're like, "Why is this guy fucking slowing down?" Like, traffic's flowing fine, and they don't see what I see.
Right.
So I'll slow down because obviously it takes me a lot longer to stop. So I'll rather than start and stop constantly. Like a car, it's easy. You just hit the gas and it goes. Same with our automatic truck. I mean, we hit the gas and it goes, but it starts a lot slower. So I'd rather just slow down rather than come to a complete stop. And I just slow down and coast. If I have to stop, I will, but I'd rather just coast, and then when traffic moves again, you just move with it. So I actually recommend everybody do that in cars too, but whatever. People are going to be dumb. So.
Yeah, no, people are crazy in cars, dude.
I'm guilty.
So that is an advantage to being taller, and if you were to hit an animal, it's a lot less likely to cause a lot of damage. So
Have you
hit
taken
one?
any animals out in your journeys?
yeah.
It's okay. It's
I
purely
have.
accidents.
I,
Animals fault. They're playing chicken.
It was
Fucked up.
actually I never hit an animal before in any sort of driving until I started truck driving. I think it was my first trip heading with a previous company. I was heading to Calgary from Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, and it was an overnight trip. I was almost to Edmonton. I think I was a couple hours out, and there's some deer on either side of the road, and I knew they were there, and I'm watching them. All of a sudden, one darts out of the road, comes into my lane, and I'm like, oh, crap. So I start to slow down, and you can only slow down so much, and I swerve as much as I can out of the way without hitting the ditch, and he just bounces off the front end of the front corner of my truck and goes bouncing back and goes flying off to the side. I didn't run him over because I didn't feel the thud of running him over. He just went ricocheting off to the side. And ever since then, I've hit a couple like squirrels and raccoons in my Jeep. I hit another deer a little, probably around a year ago. I hit a deer in another truck. I mean, that kind of sparked it off. I had never hit an animal in like 16 years of driving until that point. So,
Dang.
I won't slow down for possums. I will hit them. Possums.
I'll hit anything, but I'd rather not.
Yeah, no. The only time I ever hit an animal accidentally was a squirrel. It was playing chicken, and it kind of did like one of those things where
It
like
goes
stopped
forward and
midway.
back. Yeah.
And it kind of like just decided, fuck, I'm gonna keep going anyway. And like all of a sudden I heard the tick. I'm like, no, and I was like hitting my steering wheel. I was like, you bastard, I tried to save you. And
I mean,
yeah,
Death wish, man.
I haven't hit a lot, but I've hit a few. But I'll tell you, I see a lot of roadkill. I've seen a lot of deer on the side of the roads.
Yeah.
Raccoons, I think, are the worst. Like, there's raccoons, skunks, squirrels, rats, birds. I never understood how a bird gets hit by a car. That's one dumb bird, if you're asking me.
I think if a bird is on roadkill, they deserved it.
He had it coming.
I've seen a bird get hit by a car. It was like mid-flight, like flying, and the bird just like flew into traffic. It was like, boom. I was like, the fuck? Like, it's like that bird straight wanted to die, bro.
Like,
he was suicidal. I had a bird bounce off the top of my truck once, but I'm pretty sure he died, but I didn't stop to find out.
Just in the corner, you hear like spiraling down.
Shit. Yeah.
So you said, are you from Canada then, or is that where you live, or?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in technically I was born and raised in Coquitlam, BC. I think for a brief stint there.
What?
Coquitlam?
Yeah.
BC?
Vancouver. Let me put it this way: Vancouver, BC, British Columbia. So right above Washington State.
But wait, what was it? What did you say?
Dude, you sound like a whole other country.
Coquitlam.
Coquitlam.
Home of the kumquats.
It's the little town that I live in.
I'm like,
I will.
Okay.
I will
All right,
beat
word.
you, silly. I will drive there.
I didn't say anything. I was just thinking that it was like like a different language thing. I was like, I didn't know Canada.
No, it is actually it's a native. It's not a native territory, but it's actually named. The name comes from the natives that were obviously native to the area. I don't know a whole lot about the history. That's about all I know. But yeah, no, I was born and raised there. I still live in Coquitlam. I mean, I moved to Port Moody, which is a little suburb. Basically, these are all
Port
little
Moody?
suburbs off Vancouver.
Wait, can you just keep naming places out there?
Yeah, what are you doing right now?
Port Coquitlam, Port Moody, Burnaby, New Westminster,
Moody. I thought you
Surrey.
said Port Booty.
I heard Port Booty.
I told you I was an ass man.
No, I mean, yeah, basically all the suburbs of Vancouver, which is where the 2010 Olympics were and stuff like that. So I live in that area. But the namesake, I know you guys were asking me about it earlier, so I'll fill you in on that now.
Yeah, I was gonna
The
ask.
namesake, Pero Gojevic, was actually my grandfather's name. So it was my dad's dad.
Okay.
He passed away the year before I was born, so I was the first male born in my family after he passed. So my father named me Pero after his dad. And it's actually a Croatian name. It's actually a really common name in Croatia.
Croatian. That's what it is.
My dad was number 6 of 12, but he was the first one born in Canada. So my family's still new to Canada technically. But yeah,
Gotcha.
so it's a Croatian name, and that's where I got it from. So unfortunately, I never got the chance to meet him, but
Dang.
I got his name, so fuck him.
Fuck him. Oh my god. What the fuck? Never got to meet him, unfortunately, but fuck him.
Fuck him.
I got my Budweiser tall boy. I'm good.
I love your guys' tall boys, man. You know,
Dude.
I buy 3 packs of them when I'm down here.
Oh, just Budweiser? That's what you're drinking?
Wow.
Or you switch it up?
I buy
Budweiser's the shit.
Budweiser. I buy other ones, but I mean,
I wasn't saying
you guys'
Budweiser's
beer is
bad,
so
but
weak.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It very much so is. And
Come on, man.
That's why I
Canada's
stick
got
to whiskey.
such better beer.
It's weak because not
Oh, yeah,
a lot of people out here can drink.
Yeah.
Everybody out
that's
here is
true.
lightweight, man.
Yeah, man. You should see my wife and I, before we had our daughter, my wife and I would polish off a bottle of whiskey and then hit the beers. Like we were drinkers. We're both European. She's half Croatian as well. So we got drinking in our blood. I mean, we're more alcohol than blood.
There's
So
people out here that can drink, but not like other countries, man. I'm sorry.
There's my people. Yeah, we're not Polacks that are like fucking drinking vodka like straight 3 bottles a night or something.
I don't do vodka. That's my one liquor that I don't touch.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of
the
it, but
only-
I'll drink it if it's there, and that's all I got.
Vodka and tequila. I will not drink it because
tequila's the
it just
shit,
gets me
bro.
white girl
Oh, I'm with
wasted.
Dakota on that one. I'll drink tequila any
the
day.
shit, bro.
Good stuff though. None of that Jose crap.
Yeah, no. I mean, the better the tequila is, it is. But I'll drink tequila either way.
No, the only time I'll ever drink those 2 alcohols is in a Long Island. I love Long Islands.
Bitch.
I was gonna say it.
Say what you want. I've had so many bartenders say like, "Oh, that's a girl's drink." I'm like, "Yeah, all right, cool." Well, I want to see you drink as many as I can drink. So,
Josh takes it and he hikes his shirt up. He's like, "Watch me walk away."
dude, I put like the.
I've been practicing
That's
this
when
in the shower.
You wrap your shirt
Yeah,
around.
I do exactly that, and I'm just like,
This is what you've been practicing in the shower when you're sitting there twerking. Practicing for the bar.
yeah, I don't care. It gets me fucked up. It's quick. It's to the point. It's nice when I'm out and about. And it's nice when I'm home too. Fuck it.
All right,
It tastes good.
teach their
I like
own.
it.
Teach their own.
Yeah, but no, honestly, for the most part, I just drink whiskey and soda.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. My wife and I love the Honey Jack. That's what we go to.
There you go.
I drink that shit straight.
Yeah, that stuff's good.
Yeah, I think early times it's kind of been my go-to, and it's like literally the poor man's liquor, just because like I go through a lot. Like I can drink a lot, so I get the 1.75 liters for $16 with that. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. Because I'll pick up like 2 of them.
Another benefit to being the trucker is I get to cross the duty free constantly. I have a fully stocked liquor cabinet and a carton of cigarettes every time.
Nice.
Wait a minute. So like you can keep that on the truck with you as long as it's not an open container? Or does it even matter?
Yeah, so I mean technically once you're in the sleeper berth, which is where I am, my little insane asylum back here, once you're off duty and not working, you basically like living in a motorhome. You can do whatever you want as long as you don't hop behind the wheel again. Obviously certain states have different rules and whatnot, but for the most part, yeah, I mean, as long as you keep your liquor out of the eyes of the DOT and stuff like that, you're good to go.
Okay.
So,
yeah, because I mean,
at least as far as I know, I haven't been told otherwise. So
fuck it.
That's why you keep the window shut.
Even if like I'm not driving,
that's
in
one reason.
A regular car, open containers, we get dinged. So I mean that's cool to hear.
Unless you hop on over to Missouri, then it's cool.
Missouri.
Yeah, dude. You're like sitting and driving to Kansas, and you're like, nope, close them. As soon as you cross over to Missouri, it's like, hey. Except for the driver. The driver's still got to just drive and chill. You know.
We call those road pops.
There you go.
Sorry if you guys hear my desk.
So has your truck ever like broke down anywhere, or like in the middle of nowhere, like horror movies?
Thankfully, since I've been with this company, I haven't had any issues. I've overheated once, but I just threw more coolant in it. That was fine. But yeah, I mean, this company takes really good care of their trucks.
Nice.
I have, in the previous company I worked for, I had the turbo blow out and my whole cab filled up with diesel exhaust. And I was literally in the middle of nowhere. I was lucky I had service to call my dispatch and tell them that I was broken down. And basically they told me, well, you're 20 minutes from the nearest city. Just drive to the nearest city. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm fucking dying. Like, yeah, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just open the windows. I'm like,
just pop that window.
I hate you guys so much right now. But
damn.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I mean, breakdowns. I mean, okay. I've broken down a couple times. I've had a couple flat tires, but for the most part, I mean, you're on a main highway most of the time, so there's always vehicles passing by. Worst case scenario, you flag someone down. So thankfully, I've never had to do that. I did drive through a tornado warning the other week, though. That was fun.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing that on Instagram.
Yeah, that was probably one of the scarier moments. We're driving through, and there's thunder and lightning all over the place, and then all of a sudden, both mine and my co-driver's phones go off saying there's a severe thunderstorm warning, and then 2 minutes later, boom, there's a tornado warning, and I'm like, let's get the fuck out of Georgia.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, tornadoes.
Not Georgia. Not Georgia. Oklahoma.
Okay.
That's where it was.
Ah, yeah, there we go.
Georgia's beautiful state to visit. That's like one of my favorite states to go to, honestly. That and
yeah. Didn't
Carolina.
somebody got a little too quick in Georgia, didn't they? Or was that Carolina?
Yeah, no, that was Georgia. we had talked on his podcast when I went to Georgia, Helen, Georgia for my honeymoon. Mm-hmm. I rented a Mustang. Allegedly went 120 in an 80, but in a 60, but thankfully only caught coming down from the 120 at like 84, and I was like, oh, thank God. Because I'll never admit to a cop when they ask me the question, do you know how fast you're going?
Mr. Super Speeder over here.
Like, no, not a clue.
No, I didn't know I have a speedometer in front of me, officer. I have no idea how fast I was going.
Yeah,
I swear to drunk I'm not God, officer.
No, officer, I believe it's hi, how are you, not how high are you? Jeez.
I believe I was going as fast as you, officer, because you seem to have caught up to me.
Dude, it's crazy.
Things you should never say to a cop.
It's crazy. The dude came out of nowhere. Honestly, he could have like just fucking appeared out of another dimension for all I knew. Just came out of nowhere. But yeah, Georgia police don't play around at the Florida Georgia line, so be careful.
Hey, that's a
good band.
Yeah, they're pretty good, man. I don't mind them. They're definitely.
Wait, is
like,
that why they're called that?
no?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what I'm
It's like
saying
that
yet.
Flow Rida guy, and it's really just Florida.
Florida.
Jeez.
That you know how long it took me to figure that out?
There's a hyphen. It changes everything.
Way too long that I care to talk about.
Yeah. We'll just skip that over.
Yeah, no, I don't recommend crossing over that borderline because, God,
Yeah.
they're waiting.
At least not doing 120
Yeah,
allegedly.
it was like just cross it like a normal person going the speed limit, and you'll be fine.
No, nobody's normal.
Okay.
You gotta think
all
about
right. All right. Okay. I guess
I will- I will say this though. I think one of the stereotypes about truckers, for me at least, is true. I do love my country music. I'll tell you that right now. Don't get me wrong. I listen to absolutely everything. I'll listen to EDM. I'll listen to rap. Very little rap. I'm not a huge fan, but I will listen to it. I prefer like the old school Eminem and stuff like that because I'm white.
Okay.
But
Wait, is there country music in Canada? Is that a thing? No.
Really?
yeah,
I wasn't sure.
That's a genuine question. I didn't know. I've never typed in Canadian country.
I
No,
got my
there's a lot of
maple
country music.
syrup.
this conversation.
I wasn't gonna add anything to that.
Who doesn't like maple syrup? Tell me
I
that.
love maple syrup.
No. I mean, dude,
Exactly.
yeah, I have a buddy with relatives in Canada, and he used to go like every like 3 months. He'd
Wait,
go
can you
visit his
say?
family.
Can you say
Yeah.
about for me?
I know you want me to say a boot, but we say about, and we say Z.
Where did that even
And
come
A?
from? For do people say a boot?
It's the Newfies. It's the
I think-
Newfies.
The Newfie. What's a Newfie?
A Newfoundlander. A Newfoundlander.
Oh, yes.
So it's off on the east. No, you wouldn't. You have Florida.
Yeah, we have flow riders.
I'm on the wrong Spotify account. I was gonna look up the little bit of country I do listen to, but I will say for one of my favorites is Wheeler Walker Jr. Have you ever heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Guy's a
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah, that's it's basically my favorite artist.
Were you expecting us to be like, no, who is that?
Honestly, yeah, because
No, Dakota. No, Josh. Tell me more.
Please tell me who this is.
There's
Can you sing me a song?
many. Well, you know, I'm in Florida, so I'm honestly, surprisingly, because I'm in the city, surrounded by a bunch of people that absolutely hate country or just don't even pay any mind to it.
Would you say
So-
surprisingly? That sounds not surprising at all.
It is pretty
I look
surprising.
surprised?
Bullshit.
I'm not surprised. You said you're in the city. Dude, I didn't know what country was until I moved to Colorado. And then now I'm in Kansas. Country to me in California, like literally we had Johnny Cash where I was. That was country.
Well,
Yeah, that's a different kind of country. That's blue.
Yeah. That's what my country,
still country,
was growing
but
up.
different.
And then I went to Colorado and I was like, what is this?
Yeah, no, I mean, you got to remember, Canada is massive, and 90% of it is country. I mean, you got your big cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Winnipeg, which isn't really a big city, but they call themselves a big city. And then like Calgary, which is technically called Cowtown, so that right there is country. Edmonton or Deadmonton. Basically, there's nicknames for every city in Canada.
Alberta.
But, yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Alberta. Yeah. Ontario's the armpit of Canada.
Well, that's cool. You make fart sounds with that.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
No, that's Manitoba. They're the asshole of Canada.
Oh, you can make fart sounds with that too.
Yeah, so I've noticed Canada's provinces have like almost like a rivalry against all in all.
Oh, do you guys have like a big dodgeball tournament every year?
Not that I'm aware of, but if we
Be
did, I would
sick.
totally get in on that.
Dude, we should do that as a country every year too. I'm in. Mr. President.
Yeah.
Dude, he'd probably say yes at this point.
He would mumble something.
He's so senile at this point, he'd probably say yes to almost anything.
I'm pretty sure he said yes, guys. Let's do it.
I won't.
You could tell him he said yes, and he'd be like, "Did I? All right."
Okay, yeah, it sounds right.
He doesn't even know who he is.
I'll try anything once.
Oh shit.
But I'm not gonna end up like that guy.
I guess you're gonna be on top tonight on Armando.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
What
So
Armando doesn't know.
If he's sleeping, do you listen to music through the headset, like, or are you just?
Yeah, so
are you guys, like,
this
dead
is
heavy
the headset I use. Well, we're both pretty. Once I'm asleep, and same with him. I mean, but for the most part, these are the headphones I use to actually record my podcast and
Nice.
stuff like that. But I have a Bluetooth headset that I wear that I listen to my music and my podcasts on, so I don't wake him up or anything like that. And he has his headset that he listens to as well. So, yeah, I mean. So basically, if I really wanted to, I could rub one out and he probably wouldn't even notice.
Wow.
Not to say that I have.
Okay.
That's what truck stop showers are for.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
I've heard some like crazy stories about truck
That's what
stops.
I was gonna ask about the truck stops and see if it was real or not.
Oh yeah, they got some crazy.
Well,
Well, I mean, obviously I know truck stops are real. I've been to one, but like
I mean, there's like the highway truck stops, like the rest areas. Those are completely different than like the truck stops, like the Pilots and the Loves and stuff like that. So the Pilots and the Loves, they all have showers and stuff like that. And usually, for your half-hour break, you pull into a Pilot. For us, we use Pilot. So you pull into a Pilot for your half-hour break. You stop, you take a shower and relax, have lunch, whatever.
I'm gonna say shit.
Well, that too. Yeah, I try and stay away from the rest areas because those are pretty gross. Not gonna lie.
I imagine.
They don't get cleaned nearly as often as the actual gas station restrooms. So.
And those are pretty bad too.
And those are bad. Yeah, just imagine what the highway side
Yeah,
ones
that's
are
why I'm
like.
like, ugh. Nasty.
You go to the gas station bathrooms by me. Sometimes you maybe like 3 out of 10 times you'll walk in on somebody like just OD'd in the fucking floor.
Do what?
Yeah, I can't say I've seen that.
Yeah,
But I also don't open stall
I think
doors that
that's
are closed.
I think that's a Florida thing.
Oh, it definitely is a Florida thing. For a fact, because I mean, I'm sure it happens in Cali too. I mean, you got like fucking poo rolling around on the streets. You got like needles on the grounds.
I've seen some nasty stuff in Cali, I'll tell you.
Wait,
Man.
did you say poo rolling around on the streets?
Yeah, dude. They got
How is the poo rolling?
it's fucking
like you witnessed a piece of poo rolling
rolling in the wind.
like a fucking tumbleweed.
May as fucking well.
I'm in Kansas and I don't even see shit tumbleweeds.
Yeah, you left Cali at a good time, man. And then you went to Colorado, and then
I left there at a good time too, man. Colorado's fucking crowded as hell now and expensive.
I bet. I wouldn't honestly want to live there because no, I just don't like north. I don't like the cold.
Right. Wow. You've heard it here first, people.
Because no.
Because, well, no.
That's, if I ever run for president, that's my campaign. Because no.
Even you can because no.
Oh, man. Sorry. I really got to go to the bathroom. Now that we're talking about them.
I see you squirming around. Looks like you're clenching. You got so like. Do you ever actually
Tall
not
boys,
wait
man,
for
they
a
go right through me.
truck stop? Or do you have like a bottle you piss?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
pulled
we can
over on the side of the
pause.
highway all the time.
Do you need us to pause?
If you wouldn't mind, I'm just gonna run out and take a quick leak, and I'll be right back. I can go for
Absolutely.
another
So,
hour.
guys, we're
Yeah?
gonna let the trucker relieve himself. We'll be right back.
It's time for Ask the Doctors, and this first question comes from Karen via Instagram. Sometimes I get turned on when I have to pee. Why is this?
It's a real thing.
And we're back. Hero has relieved himself. I've relieved myself.
I gotta go pee. I'll be right back.
God, no. Take another break.
We're not pausing.
I'm just kidding. I can hold it, I think.
You got a bottle?
At this point, like,
Actually, yeah, I do.
SOL.
But I drink out of that bottle.
Hey, man.
That was my second episode was actually called the piss jug because that was my brother's question that he had for me. He asked if we use piss jugs, and I was like, well, I personally don't. He's like, well, does your partner use a piss jug? I'm like, if he does, I'm gonna smack him. But as far as I know, he doesn't. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, so you guys got to stop whenever one of you's got to take a piss. He's like, I was like, yeah, obviously. He's like, that seems like bullshit. If I was the driver, I'd tell the guy to piss in a jug. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way, man. I was like, it's just unsanitary. He's like, so what? You don't work in food service industry. I'm like, yeah, but it's just gross, man. It's just gross. I mean, I can guarantee you there are people out there that use them, but we personally do not. I'd much rather just take the 30 seconds to pull off on the side of the road and take a leak. So
I can't.
I was a basketball coach, and when I was coaching for one of the schools, we had a pretty far away game, and one of the kids had to pee, and we kept telling him to wait because we were like 15 minutes away from the school, and he like couldn't hold it. So he's like, I got this Gatorade bottle, coach. Can I just pee in it? And I was like, dude, no, just hold it. And he was like, coach, I swear I can't hold it. I have to pee. And the bus driver the whole time is like looking back at me and looking like driving, not looking at the bus driver. I'm like, can he pee in the bottle? And he's just like, as long as he doesn't spill. So this kid literally pees in this Gatorade bottle. Doesn't spill. I was impressed, but like he finishes peeing and we literally pulled up to the fucking school. And I just remember all of us like walking out of the bus, and like the other team was going into the gym, and they all stop and are watching us, and he's just holding this like orangish yellow Gatorade bottle and just like walks over to the trash and just sets it in there. I was like, all right, let's go and play.
You gotta get the big Gatorade one. You gotta buy the lemonade looking one.
the wide mouth.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was one of the wide mouth
perfect.
ones.
And
Yeah, but
I've
there was
done it for road trips because I don't want to stop if I don't have to.
so before I lived here in Kansas, I was doing the like summer AAU like travel team, and it was like high school kids, and we're coming out to Kansas, and we were driving, so we've already been driving for like 8 hours or more, and had like a mini bus full of like our entire team. So it was like 8 kids in the back, and then the head coach, and then me in the front. And it's like 3 a.m, and we're finally like, dude, I don't even know, 10 minutes away from like the hotel that we're going to. And one of the kids has to take a shit. And he's like, coach, he's like, coach, pull over. And the coach driving is like, dude, he's like, no, he's like, we're in the middle of fucking nowhere. He's like, I guarantee you we're gonna pull over and you're gonna be out there shitting and a cop's gonna drive by. He's like, I'm not risking it. He's like, we're so close, just fucking hold it. And the kid is trying so hard, and he fucking shits his pants in the bus. And all of the other kids, dude, were just like, oh god, dude, it smelled so bad. And like, dude, one kid just goes, are you fucking kidding me? You're almost a goddamn grown man and you can't hold in your shit? You fucking... So, dude, just started blasting on this fucking kid, and we pull
Dude,
we pull up to the hotel.
That's so mean.
We pull up to the hotel, and the kid like scoots out, and he jumps out, and the turd just falls out of his fucking shorts. And he runs in, and I look at all the other kids in the back, because he runs in with the head coach, and I look at all the kids in the back, and then I'll laugh, and I'm like, all right, I know that was really funny. I was like, but don't give him too much shit. And they just started
Poor choice of words,
Oh
coach.
man, it
Dude,
was so
yeah,
funny.
That's
It was
pretty
funny.
fucked because honestly, like,
He was good. They were all good after that. Nobody really like
dude, I'm fucking
fucked him.
28,
Dude,
I
it
gotta
was
say-
so funny,
and
man.
I
I
still
gotta
almost
say, that's
shit
probably
myself
the hardest
sometimes.
part.
Oh, the smell.
Yeah.
I could still smell it, man. It was so gross, bro. It was like a fucking it was already like a bus full of fucking like 17-year-old kids, dude. And I was like, head coach and I are both literally driving with the fucking heads out the window, dude. The kid opened the fucking van door so that they can get air. Dude, it smelled so bad.
I would have been the kid. Like,
I gotta
throwing
say,
up outside
I've-
the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've one major downside to being a driver is obviously you try and stop as little as possible to save as much time and get as far as you can. So I can't remember where I was. I was just crossing a state line, and there wasn't a rest stop for like. Obviously, every time you cross a state line, there's usually a welcome rest area, stuff like that. So I knew I was coming up to a state line, but I'm like, man, I gotta go to the bathroom so fucking bad right now. And I'm like, if it was a piss, I'd just pull over and take a piss. But I'm like, I gotta piss, but I gotta take a shit too. So I know if I stop and take a piss, I'm gonna shit my pants. So I was like, fuck, I just gotta hold it. So I'm holding it and I'm holding it, and I'm like, thank God I'm sitting down, because if I was to do it, it's just gonna mush into my butt. But I was like, fuck. I was like, I
Not the
gotta take a
butt
shit
mush.
so bad. Yeah, so I pull into the rest area, and I pull into the parking spot, and as soon as I pull up, all of a sudden my brain's like, okay, we're there. And my body's like, okay, it's time to fucking go. And all of a sudden I could feel it just start coming. I'm like, I gotta run, but if I run, I'm gonna shit my pants, so I gotta walk fast. So I'm doing like the fast penguin walk to the bathroom. I get to the bathroom,
Nice.
and I swear to God, no sooner did I have my pants to my ankles was that shit just flowing out of me like a freaking water fountain. It was
Release.
unbelievable.
The supersonic waddle.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God. Like, had I waited like an extra 2 seconds to even like, thankfully I like pulled my seatbelt off, which was probably the bad idea, to pull the seatbelt off before I actually fully parked, because that was the sign for my body to be like, seatbelt's off, it's time to go.
Shit.
Yeah, like the supersonic waddle to the bathroom, and I'm just like, oh my God, 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 oh my God. And I get there, and I was just like,
Danny DeVito
literally-
penguined all the way there.
Yeah. I have
2
a
more
few of those-
seconds, man, and I would have had it
Oh.
running down my legs.
Oh no. Oh God.
I sadly have a few of those at home just because of the fact there's times I just think it's a simple fart, and no, it evolves into so much more so quickly.
Yeah.
And I have to like haul ass to the bathroom. I'm like, oh God, that's not just a fart. There's some Calvary behind it.
There's two things. There's 2 things I've learned in my adult life. If there's 2 things I've learned, it's 1, never waste a boner, and 2, never trust a fart.
What the fuck? Hold on. Hold on. Never waste a boner. So let me get this straight. Well, you could be driving. Maybe the vibrations are feeling pretty good. You're rubbing one
Oh,
out
you're becoming
while I'm
immune to
already
that
sleeping,
real
aren't you?
fast.
I hope.
No,
you
I'm
guys
rubbing
wipe.
one out while he's driving. You got that the wrong way.
I don't know, man. I hope you wipe that steering wheel either way.
Oh, I got lots of disinfectant. Ever since COVID,
Disinfectant.
man, this shit gets wiped down daily.
Yeah,
Man, ever since COVID happened, we haven't been able to detect the sperm of the killers anymore.
Oh shit, yeah, dude. I bet there's tons of like crazy ass truck drivers that you've met that are like you would suspect to be like killers.
Dude, could a truck driver be a serial killer?
Absolutely.
Actually, 100%. And it's
Yeah?
funny because I've advertised my podcast with other guys, and I've only like briefly talked about my podcast. It's called the Truckin Truth, and they're like, the Truckin Truth. You're a trucker, right? I'm like, yeah. They're like, so does that make you a serial killer? Is that what your Truckin Truth is all about? You're coming clean? And I'm like, no, I'm not a fucking serial killer. They're like, well, we know a lot of
Wait.
truckers are serial killers, like
That's
the
what
Highway
a
of Tears in
serial killer
BC.
would say, though.
I'm not coming clean.
We're not on my fucking podcast right now. Fuck you.
This isn't the Truckin Truth. This is the Mindless Morning Show.
Why not a mindless trucking exclusive?
I knew that wasn't a window behind you.
He is a mystery man. I found this out. He is a mystery man. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Do you want to get into that? Do you want to get into that, Josh?
You want to get into it?
Oh no,
that's entirely up to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this long story short. Basically, what Josh is getting at is he sent out one of my Instagrams because apparently he was too lazy to send his own out there.
Yeah,
and a bunch of people were trying. A bunch of people were trying to view it, but because my account was private, they couldn't look at it. And so Josh comes back to me and says, "Hey, is your account private?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll change that in a sec." He's like, "Why?" I was like, "Well, long story short, I had somebody try and blackmail me, so I had to make all my accounts private." And he's like, "Blackmail you?" He's like, "What'd you do?" I was like,
yeah,
"I don't want to get into it." So basically what happened was there was an incident with a now former friend of mine, female friend of mine, and she has some incriminating evidence on me, and she was basically threatening to send it to everybody I know. And so basically I locked all my accounts, deleted her from everything, waited a few days, and then basically it was like, as a podcast, you can't have private everything because then you got to accept everybody and people are not able to see your stuff. So I was like, well, I went private for a little while just to make sure she couldn't get back into anything. And then I was like, the dust I think is settled. I can unprivatize everything. So
like,
dear former friend,
you're a criminal?
Send it to us. Let us know.
What is
this? No.
What is this incriminating evidence against? you can't just say that and expect
the mindless morning
like everybody's just gonna be like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, cool, yeah. Like,
yeah, he's a trucker. He's got incriminating evidence.
Somebody says incriminating evidence.
Killer.
I'm like,
I'm not gonna lie. I fully expect the name Gojevic to come across as a serial killer on the news.
That's not even his name. Probably that's a serial killer name.
It's my alias.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a whole backstory to it and all.
He just switched. He really just switched the G and the P. That's it. Then it's
Pego.
No, it's
Jero Pojevic.
Jero Pojevic. Fuck, they're on to me. I have to go.
Yeah, no. Well, honestly, to the former friend, fuck you for like being such a loser in your life. You have to keep
it caused a lot of shit between my wife and I too, because it was a rough couple days there, but so that's all taken care of, and that's about all you guys are gonna get out of me. So
her body's in a ditch now, somewhere stateside. Yeah, no, that's
hey
fine.
man, once I'm on the Canada side, there's no extradition, right? Oh wait, no, Canada does have extradition.
Wait, dude.
I mean,
are the cops there?
I think.
Are the cops there still Mounties? Are they on like horses? with
yeah, sorry. I nodded like people listening could hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So
Josh can edit it. Yes.
So I'm pretty sure I said yes at one point earlier. You just throw that in there. No, so they're called the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Now they don't actually ride horses except for ceremonies. And
so what are they mounting?
Your mom.
I mean, I haven't talked to her for a while. She could be in Canada, so I don't know.
No, so originally, obviously, they were originally on horseback, but right now, obviously, with everything going on in Canada and the whole Truth and Reconciliation, there's a lot of flack towards the RCMP because they were actually originally formed to to pull all the native kids out of their heritage and put them into residential schools. And that's all the stuff that you guys are hearing about in the news. Was the RCMP were actually formed to basically make all the natives conform to English or British beliefs and stuff like that. So the RCMP have been getting a bad rap recently, but there is a famous quote and a famous line that they always say is the RCMP, they always get their man. And it's kind of true, whether it be controversial or not, but they do.
Okay. You're like, it's always true. And then you look and you're like, fuck it, it's true. Guys, I gotta go again.
Sorry.
As part Cherokee,
It's our TMP. We're open up.
as part Cherokee, or as South Park likes to put it, from that Ancestry commercial in their show, I'm 1.43% victim. Yeah, I don't really stand by that because that's pretty fucked. I definitely believe.
No, oh, excuse me. I can honestly say, like, I have a really good friend of mine who's actually full-blood native, and when all this stuff started coming out about the burial sites and the unmarked graves and stuff, I instantly went to her and said, what the fuck's going on? Like, I know Canada has a bad history, obviously so does the States, but I mean, like, this is something that I never knew a lot about, so I asked her right away. I'm not one of those ignorant fucks that's just gonna be like, oh, whatever, it happened, it's over with. Like, I wanted to learn more, so I instantly went to her and said, what can I do to change what's going on? Like, is there anything I can do? Like, I'm more than happy to help in any way that I can, whether it's just being another voice to get it out there. Yeah, I mean, it's a horrible black mark on our history, and everyone always thinks of Canada as this nice, friendly place, but we have a black history, and it's dark, man. Like, we've done some nasty things, and just like everybody else. So, yeah, it's it was tough when it came out. So,
little Prime Minister Judy.
Yeah, let's not talk about him.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Trump, but you guys voted him in, so.
Hey,
I didn't vote for shit. I didn't vote for shit on that one.
Yeah.
I honestly still believe that it was supposed to be a joke, but too many people voted for the joke, and he got
I thought it was a joke. I absolutely thought it was a joke.
Things were better than they were now, so I mean, it is what it is. But that's all I gotta say for it, because
that's for a different podcast.
Yeah, I'm neither side at this point. Both political spectrums are fucking idiots.
Yeah, I actually listen to I listen to more American politics than I do Canadian. Not to be confused, I do know a lot about Canadian politics, but there's a podcast I listen to that talks strictly about American politics. So I know a lot of stuff that's going around, just so that I'm in the know of what's going on everywhere that I am. So, when the whole everything happened,
I think the whole world is looking at us just fucking laughing right now.
Oh yeah,
like we just.
Well, we in Canada sure as hell are.
We went from a fucking. Like,
hey, as long as they're laughing, man.
Yeah, we went from a wrestle showman to a fucking basement bottom dweller. So like, the country's a joke. So it is what it is. We'll probably get flagged for this. I don't give a fuck anymore. But yeah,
hey, my podcast is barely started, and I'm gonna get canceled just because I was here.
Cancel culture, man! Stop this nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna get started on that. There are way too many topics we're touching on here that I don't want to get into.
So basically, what we're saying is we love Canada, we love America.
Hashtag
God bless the Queen.
Save Dave Chappelle.
Hashtag Dave Chappelle for president.
Hashtag.
That's who I'm voting for next is Dave Chappelle. Putting it on the ballot. You heard it. When's the next?
I'll tell you something you guys might not know. I am hot.
I smoke rocks.
So, but before we wrap up our ridiculously canceled,
it's cracking a can.
Oh man.
Okay, before we wrap up our crack in a can.
Sorry.
Go ahead and plug the Truckin Truth, man.
Okay, so the Truckin Truth. Basically, as we've talked about, I have my Instagram at the Truckin Truth. I have my Facebook page at the Truckin Truth. I've just started up a fresh TikTok where I got stuff from safe driving tips around semis to me doing stupid lip sync things, and also to me doing trendy stuff that everybody else is doing that I figured why not. And that's at Trucker Pero on TikTok. The podcast is the Truckin Truth. It's available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and basically everywhere except some like really obscure ones that I don't know of. But for the most part, it's basically available at all the major podcast areas. And yeah, I mean, you guys can follow me on any social media basically. If anyone has anything they want to say to me, truckintruth at gmail.com is my email. And yeah, I'm always looking for people to talk to. So, I mean, you could be Joe Blow off the street. If you got some stories that you want to get out there to tell anybody, I'm more than happy to talk to you, whether it's over Zoom or just a recorded phone call like I did with Josh. I mean, I trust you can trust me that I'm not going to save your phone number. And if you really are that untrusting, you can call me from a blocked number and I'll just record it that way.
Hey, do you still have my number saved?
Is that why you texted me? Well,
so yeah, I mean, I'm basically available everywhere, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's still getting off the ground. There's some learning curves. I owe a lot to Josh for helping me out with getting some audio quality issues sorted out. But yeah, I mean, I'm obviously still new to it. I have stuff ready to go. They release every Thursday, and yeah, maybe I'll start releasing some bonus stuff in between. If you check my Instagram, there will be stuff getting posted there every couple days, and my TikTok, there's probably at least one or two, if not more than that, videos a day. So
you're doing a phenomenal job, and for listeners, viewers, all links are in the description to follow up on and follow him and be able to check him out. I definitely recommend it. He says I'm being too modest, but honestly, we're just helping another person out, man. I'm happy to, and a little shout out to Kendra Crump, because that's how That's right, Kendra Crump. That's how we got connected. I heard you guys on there, and that's how I reached out to you guys and got in touch. So yeah, big shout out to her. She's actually coming up on my podcast as well. So
she was the first one I interviewed on the show. So that's cool. It
was so funny, both the episode, but just the fact that like when I read that email and I was like, he fucking found us through there? What?
It's like, yeah, okay, all right.
My mind was blown, but Pero, you're great people.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy to have met you and happy to have connected with you, and I
might have to start interacting with the PC community again, I guess.
Dude, you got it, bro. Like,
yeah. Hey, Dakota, I had Josh on. You're more than welcome to, if you ever have the time. I'd love to have a chat with you. I mean,
yeah, man.
We don't have to go an hour long like I did with Josh there. But yeah. By the way, Josh, I didn't cut it into two. I got lazy and just left it as one special hour-long episode. So
nice. Yeah, when I'm not as busy here coming up at the end towards like the beginning of next month and stuff, I'll definitely, man. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Josh has my contact info. Now you have every way to get a hold of me. So
I'll have my people get in contact with your people.
for our loyal fans, we'll just throw this out there. Dakota's gonna get proposed to his girlfriend. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I don't think she listens anyways.
That's awesome. Congrats, man.
Thank you. Should be fun. We'll see. Watch, this is the one episode she fucking listens to.
Fuck that.
Jordan, if you're listening to this, don't listen. You're gonna spoil everything.
We'll put it.
Act surprised.
Disclaimer at the beginning. Jordan, don't listen.
Stop if your name's Jordan.
Yeah.
Well, With
Solid.
that said, Pero, thank you for what you do as a trucker because it's highly appreciated because
seriously.
you are a key component to the world's economy, or at least the
Wait,
states and
wait.
Canada's
I never
economy.
even. What are you driving around? What are you trucking? Like, what are you like hauling?
Drugs.
So, dead bodies.
drugs, alcohol, and dead bodies. No, so from BC we bring seafood down, so fish, clams, and mussels and stuff like that. We bring that to California. From California, we bring produce back to Canada, and then once we head west from Ontario, it's basically it can be anything, whatever fits in the trailer. So. Yeah,
All keywords.
It's a little bit
all
of
keywords for drugs, bodies, and alcohol.
Shut up.
Oh, my bad. All right, sorry.
Don't
Border
expose
Patrol
them.
may be listening.
Yeah, we have a very big following of Border Patrol, so watch out.
I've watched that TV show, man.
How to catch a smuggler.
This is really why we do this. We've got you now.
Oh shit! All right,
Guys. Well, I really appreciate you guys having me on here, and yeah, it's been great chatting with you guys, and
Yeah, man.
hopefully I chat with you guys again soon. So
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely. It's been
we'll
fun.
certainly have you back to talk more bullshit because I could go on for much longer, but
Yes.
we didn't even touch on conspiracies, Josh.
we did not.
Don't do that with him. don't encourage his behavior.
We talked
Next
about
time I'll
that.
bring my tinfoil hat.
Oh, dude, I got mine in the closet still from last time.
I know.
Oh shit! All right, everybody,
Shit.
stay mindless.
Oh yeah, stay mindless.
Stay mindless.
And keep trucking.
I keep trucking.
Keep on trucking.
Thank you for listening to the Mindless Morning Show. We appreciate you picking us out of the many great podcasts out there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell to get notified whenever we release a new episode or bonus content. Now go enjoy the rest of your mindless day.